So this is a message for everybody.
She was driven to help her friend.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding putting the car in your name.
She had a bad driver record.
But both made a wrong turn.
Did that mean she had no license?
At the time, I didn't.
She wasn't supposed to be driving.
Correct.
You allowed her to commit a crime. Big mistake. Big. Ms. Klepper, this case is about a title loan that you took out on a car that was in your name, but actually belonged, according to you, to Ms. Johnson. And the title loan that you took out was for somewhere around $1,500. Hasn't been paid. It's now ballooned into well over $5,000, which is my maximum. So you want me to enter a judgment in your favor in the amount of $5,000.
Correct.
Ms. Johnson says that the $1,500 title loan that you took out on the car was as a result of you and your children, I think 3 children, living with the defendant for a period of 2 or 3 months where you weren't contributing to any bills or rent, and she, at that time, lost her job, and the title loan was to cover bills and expenses. That's your defense.
Correct.
Who do you work for now, Ms. Klepper?
I work for ACMC.
What do you do for them?
Patient registration.
And how long have you worked for them?
I've been there for about 6 months now.
Prior to that, where were you working?
Prior to that, I was at Fairview Health Services.
Doing what?
The same thing, patient registration.
And how long were you at Fairview?
I was at Fairview for almost a year.
Prior to that, where were you?
Prior to that, I was at U.S. Bank, and I was doing collections there, and I was there for 2 years.
What happened to the job at U.S. Bank?
I actually had relocated to Atlanta, Georgia.
And when you relocated to Atlanta, is that when you went to work for Fairview?
No.
How long were you between jobs from U.S. Bank to Fairview?
Probably about a couple months.
Is that when you moved in with Miss Johnson?
No.
When did you move in with Miss Johnson?
I moved in mid-March of 2018.
Why?
Me and my child's father was having issues. I had found out some devastating news about him. We were constantly fighting and arguing. That's when Miss Johnson reached out to me.
Okay, she didn't reach out to you. Nobody needs to have a woman and a child move in with them unless the woman and child need a place to go, right?
Correct.
So, and you had been friends from where?
We had been friends for over 10 plus years.
So she said you could move in with her. Were you working at the time?
No, I was pregnant at the time.
So you weren't working. How long hadn't you been working?
I haven't been working for about 4 months.
Between which jobs were these?
This was at Fairview.
So you had been with Fairview and then quit the Fairview job?
I was at Fairview, and then I had went on maternity leave because I was pregnant at the time. So I was about 7 months when I had left Fairview, went on maternity leave.
But then you never went back?
No.
Well, did they pay you on maternity leave?
No.
So what happened to the Fairview job?
When I left Fairview when I was on maternity leave, but then after I had my daughter, I had got hired at ACMC.
When she was how old?
My daughter was a couple months at the time.
So you were out of work for approximately 5 months?
Correct.